Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation. And your table is ready. Come right this way to the Food For ThoughtCast with your host, Melissa Reagan. But you can call her Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food For ThoughtCast. We missed you. Joining me, my co-host with the most, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up?
Hello, fellow food fans.
Hello, food fans. Hello. And I'm Melissa Reagan. Welcome back to the Food For ThoughtCast, episode number, I'm not quite sure, just getting Wi-Fi and power back for the first time and feels like
number
forever.
Something.
I know, number something. I believe it's episode might be 64.
Episode 64, Revenge of the Steve.
Revenge of the Steve.
Yeah.
What's going on, buddy? How was your week?
Busy, but good. Productive. How about yours? I understand you were without power.
Productive is good. Yeah. So 6 a.m. Tuesday to about 8:30 Saturday night, no power.
Yikes. How'd you do it?
Not figurative, like literally no electricity. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, Pringles, Pop-Tarts, honey roasted almonds.
Were you setting fires in your living room
No,
and stuff?
it wasn't that bad. We'll get into it a little bit later in the episode, but I suppose I could have cooked some stuff on the gas stove, even though the igniter is powered by electricity, but I didn't have anything good. It was kind of like your worst nightmare on an episode of Chopped, because I kind of had like stuff to make stuff, but like not all the right stuff, you know?
Did all your stuff go out?
Oh, it's a total loss. All of it. All of it. So, hey, on that note, what was the most amazing thing you ate last week?
It's a combination. So We went to my buddy's place, to Casa Pizza, and we had their vodka pizza with their homemade Italian sausage. Holy crap, it was good.
Oh my gosh. So, like vodka sauce on pizza?
Mm-hmm.
And then we made... That sounds so good.
It was hard to stop eating, you know? And then we made some granola peanut butter coconut balls.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Dipped in white chocolate, and then dipped in pancake batter, and then air fried.
Was that your favorite though? Like the air fried, or did you like which variation? So, well, tell everybody what you had in case they didn't see.
So we made it's supposed to be like protein balls, a healthy snack, right? But we had granola cereal.
Steve said, "Challenge accepted. Not going to be healthy on my watch."
No, not at all. But it was chocolate granola cereal, and then you got shaved coconut and your favorite nut butter, whether it's cashew, almond, peanut. And I think we went with one of those snickerdoodle cashew butters.
Okay, yeah, like a flavored, mixed one. I like it.
And you just mix it all up and make balls, right? And then you throw it in your fridge, let it get all nice and firm, and then you dip it in white chocolate, let it firm, dip it in pancake batter, and then air fry it. I mean, all three were good, whether it was just not covered in white chocolate, air fried, covered in white chocolate, it was all good.
So having watched it with remnants of Wi-Fi and very, very loose coverage mobile data, I assumed the video was, which one do you like better? Naked, dipped in white chocolate, or pancake batter? But I didn't know there was a combination going on.
It just stemmed from 3 ingredients to 5. So my wife was saying, just make them like this. And then I thought, oh, we got white chocolate. Let's do that. And it's crazy because I made them so big, like almost the size of like your palm.
Yes.
And after 2 of them, you're stuffed.
Yeah, that's like enough to kill a man. It's like the size of a baseball.
Maybe not that big, but still pretty damn big.
Shoo! That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Man, you took it all the way to Flavortown. I like it.
Okay, there, guys.
I did. Hey, sometimes it's warranted. I'm just saying. Do you ever see the Guy Fieri on? Do you ever see Bobby Moynihan do Guy Fieri on SNL?
No.
It's like this one sketch. He was like, "Man, I'd eat that off a flip flop." Like I never forgot that. It's talking about turducken, but it's like 27 different animals. It's like rabbit, cow, pig, cow, turducken, or something like that. And he's like, I'd eat that off a moving truck tire. And he's got sunglasses on the back of his head. Like, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So now I just walk around quoting it while people don't know it, and it's funny to me. That's all that matters.
That could go in so many different directions.
I know. It's really good, though. It's a really good sketch. I'll just send it to you. Okay. Are you wearing a Swedish Chef Muppet shirt?
Yes. It says Vert de Ferk.
Vert de Ferk. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I can't love that more. I want to be like, love, like.
One time I wore this to a music festival, and some random guy comes up to me and he's like, I love your shirt. Vert de Ferk. Hey. It was hilarious. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your impression with me. Please go away.
It was a good time.
Right.
I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade.
Yeah. It sounds like that guy was, though.
It was different.
He took up the mantle. He was like, are you having a good experience? Let me ruin that for you. So before I didn't have the power, I've got the power. Before I didn't have any power, I, of course, did that amazing thing where I bought groceries for like a week and a half and then went to go eat sushi on the way home. I did that. That was one of the most amazing things I ate. The other amazing thing I had to eat was my Aunt Rebecca's homemade buttermilk pie. That was on Friday. So spent a day in the AC, away from the house with no power, no lights. She cooked from scratch. The rolls were incredible. The pie crust was incredible. Yeah, that's right, Mom. I got to eat her buttermilk pie, and you didn't get any. So, haha.
Take that, Mom.
But yeah, take that. So, treated myself to an ungodly amount of sushi. It was fantastic. There's a spot by my house that has they have several riceless sushi rolls. No, I don't have anything against rice or carbs, and I'm not trying to make a statement. These are just really clever. They wrap them in cucumber. Really crunchy, super good. And you can eat more without getting full so fast. So, I kind of like that. But Steve, the thing that they had to go with the sushi was toreados. You know toreados? Like,
what are
do you
toreados?
know this condiment? So, toreados, I think, is kind of loose slang that refers to scars on a bullfighter's face, if I'm not mistaken. So you say like toro, it's like bull, right? But the way this translates into, it's like a funny descriptor, right? But the way that it translates into food is like the blistered skin of peppers. So it's like a lot of really hot chilies that this place dips in like dark soy. So it's like a hot, spicy soy sauce. Dude, I poured it all over 3 sushi rolls with no regrets. Plenty of heartburn afterwards.
Was your body hating you afterwards?
I also, I don't know why or what I was in the mood for, but I also asked for sriracha, and they brought it to me like in a ramekin, and I was just dipping like the sushi, like submerging it in the sriracha. So not really quite sure what was happening there, but sometimes I'm just in the mood to hurt, man. I don't know, like.
You're a glutton for punishment there, Melissa.
It was really good. And then the next day I was like, cool, glad I bought all those groceries. Sweet. Just in time. Just in time.
That's unfortunate.
I had plans. Steve, you ever lost power?
I have, and it's
for like an extended amount of time.
No, not yet. Knock on wood.
Right. Did you did you have to do anything creative? Did you just go out to eat? Like, did you fire up the grill? Like, what did you do?
At the time, I don't think I was very hungry. It only lasted for about an hour.
Shoo, you're lucky, man.
Yeah, no.
Well, we got pretty lucky in Dallas, so not for this time, but I guess you have to put everything in a perspective, right? The last time this happened for this many days in a row, at least to me, at this house, it was in the hundreds outside and very miserable. So it was cooler outside this time, and we had some more rain throughout, so it stayed cool. So I had all the windows open in the house. I was able to salvage some things, like, fruit will be okay, right? Hard cheeses will be okay. So I kind of came out of the deal with every condiment and like mandarin oranges, like cuties, and every mustard known to man. All the hot sauces were fine. Kind of like I played Will It or Won't It, Kill Me, basically. like. So you've heard people say, right, like, or maybe you've read it somewhere, that when you have a power outage, you can as long as you leave the fridge closed, right, you might have like 4 to 6 good hours.
Yeah.
So I kind of, the writing was on the wall. I knew this was going to last way longer than like 24 hours. So I kind of, by day 2, I woke up and I could smell my groceries from the other room. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh no, that's okay, we're good. And I thought maybe I could salvage some stuff in the freezer. If you have a really full freezer and everything's kind of compacted together, you can get like maybe 48 hours safely.
Yeah.
Ice cream, not so much. But if you have like, frozen meat that's like frozen solid, I think you can get away with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if that happened to me, I would do my best to get everything into like my giant ice chest.
Yep.
And then just a ton of ice and pray for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, so I want to talk about that too, about how you can prepare for a power outage and keep your food safe and kind of like give yourself the best outcome. But hey, honestly, a lot of these storms really came out of nowhere. And this last week was like nuts. Now you got a lot of rain in Midland too, right?
We got rain, hail, a couple tornadoes.
Oof. Your house okay?
It's crazy because it happened on the west side of Midland, and I live more on the east side. So nothing really happened. Yeah. My friend's cars got annihilated. There was a couple tornadoes that hit by the airport, and I work 40 minutes away. So I got maybe a little bit of rain, and that was it.
My neighborhood looks like a war zone. It's kind of a terrible way to describe anything. We don't really have the vernacular to have a better way, but for lack of better terms, like that's what it looked like. There was just stuff everywhere. There were trees everywhere, and the city still hasn't taken the trees. So they're
playing catch up.
Yeah, they're just piled on the curb, like, okay. So I did see a lot of people were grilling out, kind of cooking everything before it would go bad. My neighbors run a taco truck and an ice cream truck. They said they lost probably $1,500 worth of ice cream. So, yeah, that's hard. Of all the things that I lost, I really was hoping, I had like a 2.5 pound package of ground meat that was frozen solid. And I was kind of hoping that would make it, but once we got into Thursday night, I was like, nothing in here is safe to eat. Like, nothing is. And I guess, I could have used, so I was thinking about it. The igniter on a gas stove, the click, 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 the little piece.
Just use a lighter.
Yeah, I could have lit my gas stove, but I just didn't have, like, first of all, I didn't have the will to be cooking without AC. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's like 80 degrees. I don't want to eat anything. And then, I just didn't have anything that's going to go with anything else. Like, I could have been a little bit more organized. But I'm going to tell you what, it was like, I have never personally lived close enough to a coast to say that I've lived through a hurricane. I've been hurricane adjacent a bunch of times. Like, we usually get the rain that comes up here if it's like in the path of the storm. But man, when you talk about not being able to find anything anywhere, I thought that I was going to fill a cooler with 3 bags of ice. There was not a bag of ice to be found in 20 miles. At all.
Makes sense.
At all. I waited in line for gas. It took me 30 minutes to get gas. I drove around before that. I burned 49 miles worth of gas looking for something to eat, and businesses didn't have electricity either. It was wild. So I picked myself up some Doritos, some Pringles, some bean dip, honey roasted almonds, and Pop-Tarts. You got carbs, you got fun things, you got protein and fat. That's what happened, man. Like,
and I keep reminding myself, this is why I don't want to move to Dallas. Okay.
It's not usually like this. I have no idea what's going on. We've gotten so much rain, I'm starting to look for an arc. I just think it's about to pop around the corner somewhere. Like, is there something I don't know going on? It's crazy. It's crazy. The last time this happened in 2018, it was no power for 5 days. It was a supercell storm that came through, but it was a one-time deal. It was hot and dry the rest of the time after that, immediately following. So this was like we got trapped under like a cloud and couldn't get out, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Wow.
Steve, what do you think your plan of attack would be if you knew you were going to lose everything in your fridge?
If I could, I would probably use all my really frozen stuff to kind of keep like the refrigerated stuff kind of good, you know? I would expect my frozen stuff to thaw out as well in the process.
Yep.
And I have like this giant, it's Cody brand, but it's like you know?
Yeah,
It's like
sure.
125
Like a
quart.
Yeti.
Yeah. It's a 125 quart cooler that I would use and pray for the best. If it gets out of temp, so be it.
Yeah. So if anybody out there has gone through this, or you think you live in an area where you might go through this, I can't recommend enough just a good old-fashioned probe thermometer for food. You know,
Yeah.
like there are some things I know are not going to hurt me. Like, Steve, what are some things that, geez, even Americans will like refrigerate things that are not necessarily, you know, needing to be refrigerated.
Refrigerate eggs.
Technically,
your
no.
hard cheeses,
Yep.
fruits, things like that.
Butter.
Yeah.
Most condiments except for like mayo
I feel
and
like
dairy.
if you had your butter out with your house being as hot as it would probably melt.
Well, so on day 2, I moved the butter, and it was still in the wrapper and in the box, which cardboard is a great insulator.
Yeah.
So I moved that into the freezer, and I kind of like your strategy of like, okay, I'm going to use the frozen items to keep the cold items colder longer. Like, that's brilliant. We use these as fuel, you know, and it fuel, in other words, right? And then, you know, eggs, like the only reason we have to refrigerate them is because we wash them in the United
Yep.
States. Like, you can, a farm fresh egg, you can leave it out because the cuticle stays intact on the outside. In case anybody didn't know that. The eggs here, you can get away with a little while at room temperature. Like, you're not going to die. Now, if you're elderly, an infant, or somebody that's in an immune compromised situation, like, you don't want to be playing around with that stuff. All the mustard and barbecue sauce, ketchup. Think about how many 50s style diners you go in and the mustard and ketchup's just sitting out, you know? All hot sauces, anything with enough vinegar in it, anything with enough sugar. I didn't throw my jams and jellies out, like, you know.
I didn't
right?
think yeah.
You're what?
I said I think they'll be fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think they'll be great. Kind of at the end of the day, like, you just want to smell everything, look at it really closely. It's the same rule of thumb you're going to use for something maybe you found in the back of the fridge and you forgot how long it was there. Like, look at it, smell it. You know, if you're brave, taste it. I don't know.
I feel like I would have to have protein shakes and stuff like that just to get like that protein intake, but then I would eat like bread and chips. You know, I can't say because I haven't been in that situation.
Well,
yet.
I can tell you a couple of things that I was thankful that, you know, kind of are in the state that they are in. Tuna pouches, nothing bad happened to those.
That's good
Those
too.
are like shelf stable. I had crackers, I had cereal, I had no milk for the cereal, but it's okay.
Dry cereal's not a bad thing.
It's not terrible. I'm not about, I'm not just going to like mainline some Fiber One though. I'm not just eating handfuls of that. Like you need like yogurt or milk with that business. It wasn't fun cereal. This was like, necessary adulting cereal. What else? Oh, canned chicken. That was great to have on hand. So I made there was one day where I did you're going to be like, what? I had pickle relish that I was like, I think this is still good. I'm doing it. I had pickle relish, mustard, chicken salad on crackers. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, look, it'll make you really thankful for every single meal I had outside the house. I was like, wow, ice cubes. This is amazing. So, hey, in case nobody's ever dealt with this multiple day power outage, empty your ice bin. You'll thank me. Empty your ice bin. It's the most unwieldy thing full of melted ice and water that you're ever going to try to get out of the door of your freezer, and it's just going to go all over the floor. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
I really like those insulated coolers. Like I have.
Oh yeah.
Because ice stays for days.
Yeah, they have there's a 22-hour rating on those. They're really impressive.
Oh no, I've kept ice for days,
really
multiple.
For longer.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
Those things they hold temp.
Yeah, I would have given my left arm for ice. An additional cooler, a lantern of some kind. Now, luckily, my dear brother, he left me with a. So he works out of town, and he's not here during the week. But he left me with a power box. It was about 8 watts, so it was enough to power a fan and my phone all night. Made it a tad less miserable. But yeah, let me tell you that you get a whole newfound respect for just lighting in general. I was walking through the house with a citronella candle, pretending I lived in the medieval times. It's not fun. It's not fun at all.
I can imagine.
And there was no Pepsi, and there was no chicken to eat with your hands, and there were no horses, and all the other medieval time stuff. Wah, wah.
At the end of the day, I'm just glad that you made it through it.
Womp womp. Oh man, hey, I mean, I was way better off. You have to put everything in perspective, right? I was way better off than a whole bunch of folks in this city, and I had the means to it wasn't ideal, and I wasn't planning on spending that money that way, but I went out to eat 4 times, and I ate food at work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of folks weren't so lucky. But hey, to that end, Steve, I have a list from BuzzFeed of 20 no-cook meals that you can feed yourself during or after a power outage. Would you like to hear it?
Tell me.
Man, you know how I lose my mind over a BuzzFeed list. Let's go. All right, so it says if you've got ranch packets or a similar creamy dressing like Caesar and they're still cold enough to eat, you can mix them with hot sauce to create the perfect dressing for buffalo chicken wraps. So this is canned chicken, a tomato, an avocado, and tortillas. What do you think?
I would eat that.
I mean, it's pretty creative. It's a lot more creative than I got. Now this is interesting because it says banana, almond butter, and chia seed toast, but you can't use your toaster. So it goes on to say toaster not actually required for this one, but any nut butter works as the base. Do you like chia seeds?
I don't mind them. No.
Do you like them dry though? Sprinkled?
I've never had them dry.
I don't. So the picture is showing that there's sliced bananas on nut butter with the chia seeds on top, and for me that's just something that would get stuck in your teeth. I don't know.
If I did that, my wife would kill me. She hates bananas.
She's not allergic to them, is she?
No, she just hates them. That's her food that she does not eat ever.
That's like you and pickles, but you're coming around.
Yeah, true.
So
it's not like pickles.
It's not. Do you like bananas?
I love bananas. I think they're good, but I don't eat them because I'm slightly allergic to them.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What happens if you eat bananas?
I mean, I don't go into anaphylactic shock or nothing, but
No.
my throat gets real itchy and my lips start to swell a little bit.
Oh, I don't think it's worth it.
But okay, so that's me and a handful of fruits. But if I eat them with other things, I'm fine. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think it's probably definitely pollen related.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of folks go through that. So the third thing on their list, they say canned chicken salad. Now, okay, this is going to crack me up. Oh, let's see when this article is written first, okay? This says updated February 19th, 2021. This is hilarious. It says, as long as you've got a manual can opener or a pop-top lid. Now, can you imagine being so dependent upon an electric can opener that when the power goes out, you wouldn't know how to open a can? Like, come on.
That's if you were born post 2004, I think.
Bro, like, no, I can't do it. I can't. Be like, I can't get it open. Like using a hammer and a knife. Like, wow. Wow. I don't know, man. Jeez. I don't know. There must be somebody out there that doesn't know how to use a manual can opener, or they wouldn't have to put it as a disclaimer.
Right.
That's wild. It says as long as you've got the can opener, right, you can use canned chicken or tuna and any shelf-stable condiment to create your own chicken salad. I'm like, yeah, I basically did that, right? This next thing on this list is overnight oats, but you can use shelf-stable milk. Like, who has... I mean, I don't know. If you drink rice milk...
Do it.
You could do it, but, like, part of the thing that makes overnight oats bearable is being cold. So... I don't know.
I wouldn't mind it if it was room temp. We'll have to try that now.
Ooh, really?
Why not?
Ugh. Okay, you'll have to try it and report back. Sorry for all the disgusted noises, but like also gross. I don't know, something about the thought of a room temperature soggy oat is not doing it for me.
Speaking of gross,
do it.
I came across a meme.
Okay.
And
I'm in.
I thought of you immediately because
I'm in.
It said, it's going to be very hot this week. Stay hydrated. And it's a picture of someone drinking the juice out of a Vienna sausage can.
Oh, gross.
And I was like, that saltiness, those are electrolytes, right? Here, we're going to have to show you now.
Oh, God. Oh my gosh.
Those of you watching, you're going to be like, oh, that's disgusting. Everyone listening is going to be like, this is gross.
My little toe just curled up on my boot.
But it's got electrolytes, so it'll prevent you from cramping up, okay? Did I say cramping? Or cramping?
But like, oh my god. Crapping or cramping.
It's the same thing.
Dude, how much, well, I don't know. I think that's another episode. How much Vienna sausage water would it take to give you the Vienna sausage trots? Ugh.
I think anything past a quarter tablespoon or teaspoon.
Woof.
Yeah.
A dash and a smidge. All right, so the fifth item on this list is canned corn and canned black beans. For a full meal, it says, pile it into tortillas to make tacos or mix it with your favorite shelf-stable salsa to eat with chips. That's not a terrible idea.
Okay, with chips, yes. In a taco, that's blasphemy. I don't care.
Yeah, that's
no,
just,
you don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a real stretch.
It can be done.
Yeah.
But
you're asking me to suspend a lot of disbelief there. Like, this is nachos. No, it's not, and it's dark in here.
You might as well just.
Oof, I don't know. You gotta go find some
might
food.
as well throw like some canned chicken or tuna in well, maybe not tuna, but chicken for sure.
I mean, yeah, so like with crackers, I could go like, some hot sauce, corn, black beans, and chippies.
Yeah.
I don't know with tuna. I could do a chicken though.
Yeah.
Chicken.
I didn't mean to say tuna. I thought about that after I said, I was like, no, that's tuna and corn.
They did. Oh God, that's such a terrible combination.
Maybe if it was a tuna steak, a rare tuna steak.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go build a fire with aluminum foil and a starter can.
I'm gonna go throw up now.
I did in my mouth a little, like.
Look at that meme.
Yeah, dude. That's a whole new take on hot dog flavored water.
That's a new low, Steven.
It's just this is hilarious. Like number 7 on this list says it's shortcut nachos. There's nothing shortcut about this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients listed in the picture, and if you have those ingredients, like go cook them outside. It has like canned black olives, which makes me sad. Canned white chicken, Tostitos, Tunky salsa, a real tomato, which why bother with... If you're going to do one, why would you do the other? I guess they're going to go bad, right? Because you don't have power. Chips. Actually, this kind of looks like a Tostitos ad, actually. An avocado and packets of shelf-stable nacho sauce. Now, I am not against the neon yellow nacho sauce by any means, but...
So you would... This would be also blasphemy, but you would probably have to get that Rico's cheese. At least
it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
These are dipping cups of Rico's cheese. Well, that stuff could survive the apocalypse, dude. Like, it's, you know how people say, like, margarine is the molecule away from being plastic. Rico's ain't even shy about it. It's completely plastic. And they don't care. You know? Like,
sells.
they're like, we're plastic and we're delicious. The next one is mayo-less white bean salad. White beans plus canned tuna plus lemon plus olive oil. Who wants to do all this in the dark, Steven?
I don't know, but
I don't know, man.
You would probably have to live. Remember that show, Better Call Saul? Where his brother like lived in darkness and had a lantern.
Yeah. Yeah. So this next one says it's zoodles, zucchini noodles. Do you like zucchini noodles?
First off, that's disgusting.
You don't like zoodles? I take it you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan of zucchini because typically it's always overcooked, and I should know how to cook it better, but I don't.
Do you know, I would actually prefer raw zucchini dipped in ranch.
Same.
Overcooked any day. And it's the same with yellow. Like, for me, yellow squash... Actually, let's back that up. You like zucchini and ratatouille?
Yes.
Okay. That's a thing we can agree on. But for yellow squash, it has to be covered with Ritz crackers and about 3 pounds of butter and 2 cups of cheese in a casserole. Like,
anytime I have like zucchini or squash, it's usually overcooked, it's mushy, and it's bland.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay. I worked at this private club. We used to have these balsamic marinated vegetables on the menu. Mm-hmm. They kind of had this brilliant thing they would do. They would take the zucchini and they would just cut it like pole to pole, right? Like lengthwise in half. And then they would char it on both sides and marinate it in balsamic and olive oil and then like super quick roast it, where it was almost al dente. That was one way that I liked it. But, dude, it's slimy gross otherwise. Like, ugh.
It's ironic because I love okra.
Fresh or canned?
Fresh. I can do pickled okra, too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, pickled okra is so good.
It is.
Isn't the spicy one, too? Stop it. Okay, but it says, if you have a spiralizer in your kitchen, which even if I did, I wouldn't be using it when the power was out, but, like, that's really ambitious, dudes. Use it to make no-cook noodles out of whatever veggies you've got, like zucchini or squash. Blech. This recipe tops them with Parmesan, which can actually stay out at room temperature for a while if you don't have a cooler. Okay, I have problems with this. Sorry. I've gotten very passionate all of a sudden. Steven, what do you think happens to the Parmesan when you toss it with the noodles?
It's going to be meh.
It gets wet. Mm-hmm. Then it's no longer good at room temp.
Paste.
That's disgusting. Oh my god.
Look, Melissa, get off your high horse and get on these no power meals.
No. Nope. Pringles it is, dude, because even I have standards. Blender, oh my gosh, dude. If you've got a battery blender, use it to make gazpacho. Get out of here, BuzzFeed. Thank you very much.
This list is over.
This list is over. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you like ramen?
Love it.
Okay, There's this couple that I follow on Facebook, and they hike everywhere. Like, I don't know what they do for a living, but they hike all the time. Like, they walk the entire Continental Divide. They walk from Mexico to Canada. All this stuff. They cold soak ramen, like in a jar in their backpack while they're walking, and they eat it cold. I would crush that. It'd be like udon, or like cold buckwheat noodles.
I don't know if I could do it cold. I mean, I'm
Really?
probably good.
Well, I mean, I bet they season it. Like, look, if I cold soaked a bunch of ramen noodles and then I had peanut sauce to eat, I'd eat them cold. I don't know. Maybe teriyaki.
I don't
know.
I would Google a bunch of like prison. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of shows and they look delicious.
Dude,
like, these
there's
guys
yes,
are so smart and creative. Anyone that you see like how they put it all together, and they use like body heat or like in the towels and all that stuff to heat stuff up. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
But,
dude, have you seen those ones where they crush the Doritos to make like pizza crust in the back? That's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. I don't know why we didn't think about prison meals when we started talking about food made with no power, but like, there you go, dude. Mm-hmm. There you go, 100%. They were making grape Laffy Taffy in there. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so from the commissary they buy Kool-Aid, and apparently it's really popular to do it with the grape one, and they mix it with water and coffee creamer, and they make it taffy. It makes like Laffy Taffy. And I'm like, yes! Like they mix it together until it's like, Play-Doh-y, and then they roll it between like 2 grocery bags. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, but the one thing so shout out to this podcast that I started listening to, and now I'm a huge fan of, called On the Dock, with Amaryllis and Misty. It's 2 Southern women who watch documentaries, so you don't have to, and hilarity ensues. Anytime they talk about somebody being in prison, they talk about people making toilet wine. I didn't even think to make my own toilet wine when the power was out. Okay, I still had water and I had fruit. What was I thinking?
You had your chance and you blew it.
I missed it. Had my chance and I blew it. Instead, I went to the bar like everybody else in this neighborhood because it didn't lose power. Let me tell you about that, Steve. There was a line out the door. The local joint where I go, shout out to good friends taking care of the neighborhood, right? They let me bring all my stuff in there, plug it in, everything else. Got a hot meal. It was amazing. Let me tell you that they opened the kitchen on Tuesday night after everybody had been without power for, I don't know, 6-7 hours or whatever. They got like 35 to-go orders in 20 minutes. They couldn't keep up. He got 35 to-go orders from the app. No, I was driving around burning my gas, looking for somewhere to eat because I just wanted a hot meal. So, I have a fire pit in the backyard. I probably should have tried to cook something out there, except for that all the wood was wet. I mean, all of it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the entire neighborhood was just like going for a swim. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. All right. Hey, what else doesn't need to be refrigerated, though? Mustard, chili sauce, Tabasco. What else?
Bread. I'm kidding.
Bread. I mean, not necessarily, right? If you have, like, real room temp... I think room temperature is considered 78. So...
This is one that would probably be gross.
What is it?
Like canned soup and stuff like that. You could probably... I don't think I could do it.
You're not about to say eat it cold, are you? Because I can't.
I mean...
No, I can't. I go hungry. I can't do it. I got bougie standards, man. I can't help it.
You had your lists.
Yeah.
No. These are room temperature appetizers. No. What food is good?
Oh, God. I'm scared, Steven. Bring it on. Bring it on.
What dishes have room temperature?
Oh, Google's being silly.
Yeah.
Google's being silly.
Power outage meals. Bean salad, beans, dried fruit, nuts, canned chicken sandwiches. You already got that one. Granola, jerky.
Yeah.
Sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I would probably just eat a bunch of raw stuff as is. I would just like mix random stuff
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I have another list from Taste of Home, and it's all basically stuff that you would make on a camping trip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all like, open this can, smash with your hands, put it in this tortilla. Like, it's all the same stuff.
Yeah, I would try to use grill or something, but man.
I think it depends on the circumstances. Now, is there any food, as is, right, without having to go through a power outage, is there any food that you prefer room temperature to cold? Like you like it better when it's set out a little while?
That's a good question. I don't mind like temp, like pico de gallo or guacamole, stuff like that. It's fine.
It tastes everything that starts out cold tastes way different when it gets a little room temp.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh man, I can't even think. It's almost like a loaded question.
I know, right?
But
I don't know. It's that's a hard scale, right? Because it's like, well, I adore Chinese food and spaghetti cold, but would I eat them room temperature? I don't think so.
I could either eat them really cold or really hot.
Yeah, it needs to be like ripping hot or chilled, but not in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, peanut butter I prefer room temperature.
Well, yeah.
I buy the food. Well, it's not really the foo kind, but you're supposed to refrigerate it, but I don't. Living my life dangerously on the edge there. For sure.
Yeah, I feel like I said, I'd probably just eat a lot of, or I'd grill a lot.
Yeah.
But I'd have to stock up on like charcoal and wood and whatnot. I can't. It's weird because I can't cook with charcoal, but I can cook really good with wood.
Hey, I bet if you were gonna go hungry, you'd learn really fast.
Pretty damn quick. You're right.
Are there any vegetables that you'll hang with room temp versus in a fridge, or is there anything that you like don't refrigerate but other people do? You think?
If
I like tomatoes cold, but you don't have to refrigerate them.
I like them room temp personally.
Yeah.
I like bell peppers room temp. Love bell peppers cold too. Let's see what else. I don't mind raw onion. I don't eat it very often, but I don't mind it.
Did you say onion? You cut out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That or I'll go shallots because it's a little bit more mild,
Yeah, I refrigerate onions because it turns off that oxalic acid, that sulfur that makes you cry when you cut it. It mellows it.
Yeah.
So.
What else? Let's see. Avocados, I don't mind them. Room temp.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't say corn because I don't really eat a whole lot of corn. And I also have to have it hot or like ice cold. A dip.
Yeah, I get that. No, I get that.
I've lost my creativity, I feel.
No, you haven't. Well, I'm going to tell you what, when in times like these, it's super important that we take care of each other, for sure. That's one thing that you learn, I didn't have it particularly bad. I had a lot more resources than a ton of other people. And, was I hot for a couple of days? Yeah, sure. But, hey, there were people that were outside. It was 60-mile-an-hour winds, There were people that didn't have anything to eat, anywhere to go. A lot more people to take care of than me just taking care of me. You know what I'm saying? So I lost a significant amount of groceries. But, hey, guess what? On the bright side, it's probably the third time my fridge has been cleaned out in the 10 years that I've lived here. And I mean, took the glass off the shelf, not just a wipe, emptied the whole thing. So it's good. It's a good little reset. I made my triumphant return back to the grocery store. What are you cooking? What are you cooking this week, Steven?
I don't know. I think on my next days off, we're just gonna have some friends over and probably make a chorizo queso and roast sausages. Nothing crazy.
Oh my gosh! What kind of sausage?
I don't know. I want to get one of those cheese sausages,
Yes.
And then just tortillas. That's all you need.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
Simple.
I made a large batch of. I replaced the package of ground beef that I had, so I made a large batch of. I cut it in half. So half of it I made into taco meat, which this could be blasphemy. You can tell me if it is. It's fine. I did New Mexico chili kind of as the base, like ground and dried. And then I ground up 1 rehydrated guajillo. And then I did like all the, cumin, onion, garlic, whatever, right? I like to put the beans in the meat. It just saves me a step later on. So I put in a can of drained and rinsed black beans. But one member of my staff today brought mole negro to work and made us like chicken enchiladas. And I got sent home with a pint of it. So I'm like straight up going to pour that into the taco meat, and I'm putting queso fresco on it. You better eat that
before you lose power again.
No, I think we're safe. It went in the freezer, and next week there's going to be a crap load of like mole taco meat. I know it's kind of intended for chicken, or I think it tastes better for chicken, but like I'm putting it on the tacos. Like I don't care.
Oh yeah, no. So, whether it's beef, white meat, pork, it doesn't matter. I mean, mole negro is just the bomb.
So good.
That with
so
like
good.
you were saying, like maybe some avocado, some queso fresco. That's good.
Oh, and then the other half, I tried this new thing, which I'm kind of on the fence about it. I wanted to stretch the beef just a little bit and add some fiber and some veggies. So I kind of stumbled across this TikTok creator that does not help people do that. It's just what they do, and some people find it useful. So I did cooked lentils and ground up broccoli slaw and like browned it off with the ground beef. Tastes great, right? Season it up for spaghetti and stuff. I ended up making spaghetti. The thing is that when you put those items in the beef, it watered down the spaghetti sauce. So it needs a little zhuzh. It needs a little more sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a neat idea to get like fiber and veg and not feel like you're, eating into a giant piece of zucchini or mushrooms or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's still beef, but all that other stuff kind of disappears in there. It just gives off a lot of liquid, and I wasn't ready for that. So that teach me to try a new thing. No good deed goes unpunished. I just want some fiber. I'll just drink the Metamucil next time. It's fine. Steve, I'm so glad you had a great week.
I'm glad that you're back to electricity.
Me too.
I was worried about you.
So we could...
For the record, I was.
Oh, that's really sweet. No, totally fine. Thank you so much. What's a little discomfort? Comfort's overrated. So anyway.
What you say now?
Hey, having lived through it, I think I can say that. Right. Steve, it's been a pleasure. Hey, everybody out there, if you think the power is going to go out, if you've been through a power outage, just make safe decisions. Smell it, taste it, look at it, use your best judgment. Just remember, you can't be replaced, but food can be replaced. So stay safe, eat safe, make sure you inspect everything. Until next time, bye, Steve.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for ThoughtCast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.